up, my friends? Sean the Average Angler, and today we are going to talk a little bit more finesse fishing in that fall to winter transition when fish really start to get in that little funk for a while because the water temperatures are dropping and they just haven't adjusted yet. So we did the drop shot thing yesterday, a little inside secret with the really limber rod. First, let me say that is going to be a choice on some of this today. Second, I do want to say I was showing the load on that rod, but trust me, when you're fishing it and you hit that fish, there's plenty of backbone there. Greg Gutierrez, the designer of that, catches lots of big spots at Shasta and Orville, but he throws the same rod at Clear Lake, okay? Much bigger fish. So today we are going to talk about a variety of baits. Again, they're slower finesse baits and on several different presentations, okay, and why I use one over the other and that kind of thing. You are going to notice a theme as we go through the video. What can I say? These are very, very effective baits, and I love them this time of year for one particular reason, and that is they are buoyant. Very, very buoyant, okay? What that bait is, first one we're going to go over is a Z-Man TRD finesse, right? That's the small one. Now, in all honesty, this is my least favorite of the bunch anymore. It used to be up there, but now there's such a good variety that I find myself going elsewhere first, and this would be my last resort. However, everybody likes to do what they like to do. They have confidence in certain things, and I have confidence in all of these. That's why they're on the table in front of me. But that would be the little TRD, right? The Finesse TRD. And I'm going to fish that on an open hook head like this, right? Now, I believe this is an owner. I'm going to show you a little rigging trick when you put these on, okay? Because I know for a lot of people, it can seem like they're a pain to get over that barb there, right? If you just push it, it keeps wanting to back up. See how that is there? So what you want to do is you want to pull it. Grab it on the barb side, pull it up. See, I said that, and now my darn thing's stuck on there. There it goes. All right. Okay. So you want to grab it wherever the barb is on that side. Grab it and pull instead of push. All right. That will get it on there really well. All right. That is the Finesse TRD. Now there's several baits that I will fish on there. The Finesse and then also the big TRD. All right. Both of these, let's see, I got California craw. Both these are California craw. I will still fish that on the same head. All right. What I love about these is they float really well. They're buoyant. They stand up. The open hook presentation, I'm going to fish. You can use the one I showed you yesterday, which is a 701 or 731, IRG 731. I'll link it in the description again. But I really like the Crusher 702. Okay, 7 foot medium action. It's really kind of well, I don't know. It's a little shorter rod compared to the other one, 7.3. It's still sensitive, and it still allows you to move the bait minimal. And actually, when we get to how I'm going to fish these, which is going to be near the end, I'll go over all that. Now, the other method, and I didn't think I had one of these in here. I thought they were all in the boat, is that Weedless Ned Head by Bass Union, okay? The hook in these penetrates so easily. You'll see that is a FattyZ, okay? Which is my next bait. Now, this is if you want to fish real finesse, and I'm going to get into why you don't have to with some of these baits. And it really gets into just the size of it, right? And why I'll change rods here in just a second. The other head that I really prefer to throw these on, grab one and they all come out, is that Frenzy nail. Okay? The Frenzy nail. It's got a good strong hook on it. It's a stand-up head, if you can see there. If I can get my hand, which I can't. Stands up no problem on the table. You'll have to take my word for it. All right. And there's that FattyZ. I call it a FattyZ, FattyZ, whatever it is. Very simple rigging. In about yay far, right? Bring it around and see the barb there. We're gonna pull it up. There it goes. Okay, just snapped right on over and that thing is going nowhere. Then I just put it in there a little bit and there you have it. Now, I'm going to switch up rod. I can fish this on the spinning rod. Okay, the 702, I wouldn't go down to the 731. But I can also get away with fishing that on a casting rod on a 703, right? Much like the jig setup, I'm just gonna downsize the line to like 12-pound test. I got no problem with the hook on the Frenzy nail. It's plenty strong enough. Bait caster, I just feel like I'm in a little more control when setting the hook. I can hit them better, okay? I catch a lot of big fish on this in the wintertime. And really, it's still fall. But here at my house right now, we got major temperature drops. We got a huge storm system coming in this week that Clear Lake is talking about dumping 4 inches, which for us here in California is a lot. Couple other rigs that I will fish on that nail, and this one I like a lot if you are in areas with bigger fish, okay? And that is the Mag FattyZ. Now, there is a difference here that you'll notice. If you can see it, there's no slit in the Mag, okay? Like there is on the FattyZ. However, because it's Elastec, I have no problem penetrating this with the hook. Now, an alternate rig for it would be that big Z-Man head there. And you can see you're going to go right back about there. There's still lots of worm back there, but this is still going to float this up. I really like it better, to be honest, on the other head because it's a stand-up head and it just lends itself more to leading the bait to this position, okay, if you will. Plus, I have so much confidence in that Frenzy nail. There's the difference in length. 7 1/4 inches, Mag FattyZ. All right, and last but not least, one more product from Z-Man, and then we're gonna get into how to fish it and why I like these so much in the wintertime. And it's probably going to surprise you. Last but not least, another Z-Man product. Surprise, surprise, right? The SMH Worm. Now the SMH Worm seems to get the least amount of attention. It was actually a viewer last year that turned me on to this. And you'll see much narrower worm, has really good movement back there, right? See that? I just shook it just a little bit. This head was designed by Brian Latimer. This is the SMH shaky head. While it works really well, and I don't think anybody will argue Brian's success, I just don't like the shape of the head. Although this will come through grass really well, But for when I'm fishing it in the wintertime, I'm not throwing it in grass. We don't have a whole lot of grass still alive. And to me, this head just kind of lends itself to tipping over, okay? So again, I'm going to rig it. Oh, and by the way, when you want to pull these off, do the same thing. Pull it out, boom, it's off, right? I don't damage my worm. It's still good for the next time. And this is a skinny little worm here, okay? Pull it up over that. There you go, it snaps up and over. There we go. She's ready to roll. This worm is going to move a little faster than the others. However, if they want a little skinnier profile, it can make a big difference. Otherwise, I really like that FattyZ because one, it's not overly long. It's what is it, 5 inches? Yep, 5 inches, okay? This one here, it's 5 inches. It's got a good shape to it. It floats really well. So let's get to how we're going to fish this, because this is really the important part and the explanation of why I picked these. Now there's other brands perhaps that have ElaZtech or whatever they might call it. I don't really care which it is as long as it is that buoyant. I want something that's going to float up. Reason being, no matter what your body of water is, there is natural current or movement in the lake. Wind, no wind, whatever. As boats drive by, water moves, and these baits, you don't have to do anything to it. Okay? It's sitting on the bottom, and this thing is going to wave in whatever the natural current is in the lake. When you pull it, it's going to wave again. So even if you have very minimal current, there's still something moving down there. It's very, very natural. And in the wintertime, it's very important to not overwork our baits. I have a big problem with this myself, and when I figured this out, changed drastically my success in catching. And I was just overworking the bait. Look, it's about using the right tool for the job. And in the wintertime, I have just found that ElaZtech, with its buoyancy and natural movement in the lake, whether it be wind-caused current, boat traffic drop, wakes, stuff crashing on the shoreline, you're always going to have a little bit of movement. And as things slow down because it's getting colder, meaning the bait, the crawdads, the fish themselves, these baits are natural. Very, very natural to the fish. Okay? That's why I love them. That's how I fish them, all right? Cast it out. Slide it a little bit. Let it sit for a second. Not a second, 10 seconds, whatever. Just when you slide it, the tail's going to go back. As you stop, it's going to start to float up. We're going to have some natural movement in there. Move it again. Talking about maybe a foot at a time. If you find the fish to be a little more aggressive, maybe you move it 2 feet at a time. But you're going to have to feel them out, see how they're doing that day, what kind of mood they're in, and you decide how you want to fish it. Z-Man has awesome colors. It don't matter, whatever your color. And look, all the ones I grabbed happen to have flake in them. Green pumpkin's a great place to start, right? They've got a lot of great colors. Don't overthink it. Keep it simple. They will catch fish for you. Sean, the average angler, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. We're going to pick up the pace tomorrow and go back to a little bit of reaction.